Good evening from Bangladesh. This is your host Toufiq Zohur is speaking. Our almost maximum guest is not present today. They are trying to enter into the studio. When they will enter, we will give them the floor. Thank you very much who are watching this show around the globe. Today, our episode number is 155 and title of our program today, The World of Poetry Recitations in Poet Voice Part 48. Today, it's the 7th May. Uh, Now it is in 9 p.m. evening in Bangladesh times, and today is Sunday. The practice of poetry can play an important role in bringing peace to the world. Poetry for Peace. We have gathered today to read poetry in mother tongue and international languages. Poetry has no boundaries. The sky of poetry is one. Our path will continue with earthy poetry. Let's poetry win. We have invited from uh, 8 countries and the 9 poets. So we are going to start our this episode today, and from the very first, I am inviting our honorable guest poet, who is from India. He is Mr. Sai Prakash.
Good
Now,
evening, everybody.
thank you, sir. Now I am introducing one of the eminent poet who is from Andhra Pradesh, India. By profession, he is an advocate. He is a bilingual poet writing in English and Telugu language. He has written more than 3,500 poems to his credit, winning readers' heart all across the world. His poem has been translated into more than 30 national and international languages. He has received many laureates, including Gujarat Sahitya Academy Award and world prestigious Rohim Karimov Gold Medal for Literature. He is also a participating poet hyper poem project making Genesis Book World Record. Now I am inviting eminent poet Sai Prakash to present his first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tafiq. It's been indeed an honor after more than a year that I am onto your show. I welcome all the international poets who are on the show now. It's a very prestigious show. I have to admit that I have got a very good mileage out of this show. The first poem of mine is titled The Orient. It is in dedication to the first Nobel laureate in literature in entire Asia, Rabindranath Tagore. I should introduce him as a stalwart in poetry of not only of Asiatic proportion but the entire world. In fact, he has the credit of writing two national anthems for both India and Bangladesh, and also on his tune and lyrics, Sri Lankan national anthem is also sung. So, with this brief introduction of that wonderful poet whom we are celebrating his centenary now, let me have the privilege of reading this poem. The title, The Orient. Like a star, you rose from the eastern horizon. Like a star, you rose from the eastern horizon, illuminating the poetic skies. Your leisurely strolls in serene surroundings, a little rest under the mighty banyan, a little rest under the mighty banyan. You wrote verses, you wrote verses no other bard ever ventured. All others offered prayers to the Lord. You wrote verses no other bard ever ventured. All others offered prayers to the Lord, whereas you mentioned his permanence and oblations, whereas you mentioned his permanence and oblations to him because of human existence, whereas you mentioned his permanence and oblations to him because of human existence, a sweet relation between I and him, a sweet relation between I and him, a polymath from the Orient, a polymath from the Orient. How many songs of praise can I sing? How many songs of praise can I sing? You even had your unique style of song, dance, and paint. How many songs of praise can I sing you, even had your unique style of song, dance, and paint. From the post office to a fruit seller, from Kabul, you touched every sphere. The untouchable to the runaway, each a masterpiece. A great dreamer of San Frontiers, a great dreamer of San Frontiers. For humanity, you wrote, and I quote, you wrote, and I quote, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high into the heaven of freedom. My father, let my country awake. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high into the heaven of freedom. My father, let my country awake. You spoke about narrow fragments, clear reasons, dreary desert sands, dead habits, free knowledge, tireless striving hands, and what not about human pride. No other poet in the world has the rare distinction of penning two national anthems and inspiring one more on your poetic lines. No other poet in the world has the rare distinction of penning two national anthems and inspiring one more on your poetic lines. You brought the Maiden Nobel Prize visiting the Eastern Shores. You brought the Maiden Nobel Prize visiting the Eastern Shores, an apt title, World Poet. An apt title, World Poet, you displayed on your chest. I can write thousands of odes in your praise. I can write thousands of odes in your praise. Oh, the Orient, you are part of every folklore. We poets sing with unending pride. I offer you bouquet of poems at your poetic lotus feet. Thousands of odes in your praise. Oh, the Orient, you are part of every folklore. We poets sing with unending pride. I offer you bouquet of poems at your poetic lotus feet. Thank you very much, Tofik. This is my first poem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash, for your beautiful starting. Our honorable guest also are trying to enter into the studio. Now I am from India. I am going to United States of America to invite my friend Leanne Hunt. Now, I am introducing one of the important poetess who is from California. She is Leanne Hunt. She grew up in the Midwest and now lives in Orange County, California. She is a regular at the Two Idiot Peddling poetry reading at the Ugly Mug in Orange. Her poem has been published in Cultural Weekly, Spillway, Honey and Lime, and the Lullaby of Teeth, an anthology of Southern California poets. She published a blog of writing, prompts, and apologies at leannehunt.com. Now, I am inviting poetess Leanne Hunt to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me to participate. I really appreciate this opportunity. The first poem, Through a Daughter's Eyes. An eye for an eye makes us all blind, I say. She replies, I am Argus. She lifts her shirt to expose her belly. A dozen eyes blink up at me. With fingertips more pointed than I remembered, she plucks one as if deadheading a rose. She offers me the eye, dripping stem and globe grape of it all. I take it reluctantly, wishing to fling its gore away, but the stem elongates into a tentacle and wraps into my hand. Its center buries into my palm, and I see the world through her red mist rage. Trees flame into bloody sky. The sun itself is a half-closed eye, half blotted by the wings of crows, scavengers all. Only scattered bones shine off-white. The weak are picked clean. I dig out my right eye, hold out its limp dandelion head and tangled stem to her. She cups the muddy moss iris and dilated pupil as if it were a fragile planet. I will it to take root into her hand and seed thousands upon thousands of eyes looking upon gentler worlds. I will wait and watch with the eye I have left to see her visions bloom. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt, for your beautiful starting. Really, it was touches our heart. For the first time in our show, uh, the world of poetry recitations in Poet Voice. One of the most important poet is who is from Mexico. That is, I am talking about Beatriz Saavedra. She has joined with us, and now I am inviting poetess Beatriz Saavedra from Mexico. Now I am introducing one of the important poetess who is from Mexico. She is British Saavedra. She has studied literature, poetry, and philosophy. She completed two master degree, one in science in Leon, Spain, and another in advanced studies of Spanish and Latin American literature at the University of Barcelona, Spain. She has been published 18 books of poetry and 2 books of essays. Her work has been included in a large number of anthology magazines, national and international newspapers. Her poem has been translated into many languages: indigenous French, English, Greek, Chinese, and German. Her poem have been included in the National Music Library as a heritage of the nation's cultural heritage. In addition, her poems are part of the download culture UNAM. She has been included in the Encyclopedia of Literature in Mexico. Currently, she directs the literary creation workshop Alicia Races in the Alfonsia Chapel, that is in INBAL, since 2017. She is the editorial director of La Experiencia Literacia magazine. She is International Vice President of Mexican Federation of University Women UNAM. At the Museum of Women UNAM, she directs the series of conference Poetic of Intelligence and the series Poetry in the Voice of its authors. She is director of the Center for Women's Studies at the National Academy for History and Geography UNAM. She is the creator and director of the international festival La Mujer en las Letras of the same academy. She is the co-director of editorial Florian Taco AC and director de la Casa Estudio de Criticia Literaria CDMX. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to be here with you, sharing poetry and reading for La Paz in people and nations. Here I am reading some of my poetry from Mexico City. A pleasure to the poets who are reading with me today, and thank you very much for the invitation. I will read from my book, Link. Before you go, I can be that I'm tired, and the tears of winds undress me. The drizzle of ghosts whispering, accustomed to the silence, I intimate the face under the table, and I low myself down about your darkness in order to soften the blows of the uncertainty around the still pillow of the years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra, for your beautiful starting, and our Honorable Poet from Tunisia, Dr. Abdul Fattah Al Arabi. Now I am inviting Honorable Poet and introducing one of the important poet who is from Tunisia. He is he is Mr. Dr. Abdul Fattah Al Arabi. He is a writer, poet, international peace ambassador, council activist, and trade union official, human rights and civil society activist. He received many awards from literary forum. His poems have been documented in many forum and websites. His poem also published in electronic magazines and local and international newspaper. He also writes story and article. He is an honorary doctorate and obtained a diploma in software. Now I am inviting Honorable Poet Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi to present his first poem today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zohur. Thank you pour tout le monde. Je présente ma première poésie. التيه رأيت في قوس قزح ألوان لكن الزمان ليس الزمان رأيت السماء لا أراها سواي لا أدري فقد قال لي ما قال هو ذاك الذي يلهمني من رحيق الشيء البعيد لا يناله إلا وراء ستار أمضت ما لا أراه بل يراني لكنه دلني لكنه الشيء الذي يضيع رأيت أشياء فيها تيه وفيها أسرار الكون الضائع في كهنوت الأنوار رأيت التجلي في ليلة ظلماء نوره بعيد وخيوط النور لا ترى رأيت مصباح الحياة نوره خافت كأن الموت يلازم الأمل يغلبه تارة ويموت الموت تارة أخرى رأيت كل شيء في السراب حتى الموت رأيتها كما العذاب رأيت ذلك الذي لا تراه أنت أيها العابد فأنا أعبد من أعطاني مصباح النور الخافت لا أرى إلا ما تراه أنت نور لا تنطفئ أبدا ما دام الكون صامت رأيت عاكف عابد جاثم ساجد تجري الدموع تطفئ حريق جهنم رأيتك تدخل مكان النور فلا عدت أراك ولا أرى النور وانطفأت الأنوار رأيت النهاية وخراب الديار استوى كل شيء وجاء الواحد القهار. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Dr. Abdul Fattah Al Arabi, for your beautiful starting. Already, our Honorable Poetess Annette Tarpley has to join. So, I am going to her to invite our friend and our very close friend, Dr. Annette Tarpley. Now, I am introducing one of the important poetess who is from United States of America. She is Annette Tarpley. She is a poetess. She got numerous awards. Her poem has been published many online magazines and numerous anthologies. She recited on YouTube her debut book, Poetry Potpourri. She is the co-author of Uplifting and Two Hearts with poet Sarfaraz Ahmed. This book is Amazon bestseller book. She is the founder of the Passion of Poetry Facebook site, over 40,000 members, with first anthology Inked with Passion to be released in 2022. Plan to release a third poetry solo book in 2022, published in June 2022. First children book, The Bird and the Dragonfly. She also writes short stories. Her 5 short stories has been published in numerous international anthology. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poetess Annette Tarpley to present her poem today. I think she is on the car, so she has joined. Thank you very much, Annette, for giving us the time. And now I am request to Poetess Annette Tarpley to please read your poem. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was supposed to be off today. At the last minute, I had to work, so I'm taking a break in my car to do this. And so my poems are on here. Hopefully, when I minimize this, it won't totally go away, or I won't go away. But I have 4 poems I'm going to read. I can stay a short period of time after that, but then I have to get back to taking patients. Can you see me still?
No, I cannot see you, but I cannot hear your voice.
You cannot see me anymore.
No, 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 just a direct in your monitor.
Uh,
But I can, yes, now
Now, yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
well,
yes,
I
Janet.
know, but when I minimize it to go, I'm still trying to figure out if mm, when I minimize it to go to read my poetry, I can't do that. So you know what I'm going to do? I only know 3 or 4 poems by heart. I'll just recite those. Unfortunately, one of them is a little dark, but it's an important poem because this is what got me back into poetry 5 years when I was going through a divorce, and I wrote this poem, and this is actually what prompted me to finally publish. So I had written very little until that point, and then I started to write prolifically. So it's called Broken Dreams. Hopefully, I can remember all this by heart. Um, a love that flourished so fresh and new, a man who promised to be loyal and true. My heart I gave you to hold and to keep, in arms they once held me as I went to sleep. Lips they merged, holding steadfast at night. The morning then dawned and the Sunday grew bright. You promised me you would love me for a lifetime, you said, our vows now spoken with a life together ahead. The love in the marriage was so wonderful and bliss, but soon I realized something was amiss. You grew so cold, and your touch I no longer felt, and a love once true soon began to melt. A flame that burned so hot and true was now growing dimmer, it no longer grew. My heart you held once near your own. The house where we live is no longer a home. Soon I watched as you grew distant and cold and wondered, will we be together as we grow old? Promises once spoken, love whispered in my ear. Come a bit closer and let me make this clear. You are no longer a man I yearn for. You're not a man one should love and adore. True love and respect were never part of the game, and once I realized this, things were never the same. A man of honor, integrity, and truth you claimed to be. But then your true color showed through, and I began to see none of these things ever were you. It was a picture you painted and a fairy tale you drew. The love in the marriage can no longer be saved. Love and time, these things you no longer gave. The marriage was a sham, and I could no longer see. The man who once loved me was to no longer be. My beauty, you indicated, was a passing thing after promising me forever and always with a ring. Not as pretty, you said? That is me? How superficial and shallow can you really be? It's the exterior you look at, not the person within, and then say goodbye to us as you widen your grin. Through the years, you methodically tried to lessen my worth, but I'm so very strong, and I'm giving birth to the me that I lost who once walked this earth, and new me it will be that I soon will unleash. A woman whose inadequate self-esteem will now cease. Never again will I allow another man who dictates, another man who withdraws affection or alienates. I will no longer mourn that man I thought you to be, for you're never that man, this now I see. A strong woman I am, with beauty and grace, a woman who loves and looks beyond the face. Never again will I allow another man to define the wonderful person I am, who's faithful, true, and kind. Ideals, they once existed, they turned to broken dreams. A life appeared shattered, but is not what it seems. I go forth with confidence in the midst of new dreams, dreams full of happiness, life that starts anew embracing each day and following it through, to live my life as I wish from now on. The key factor being that you are now gone. So that is that. I'm only going to do two more because that's a long one. So I'll do a couple short ones and then I'll be through. So the next one I'd like to recite is called The Ballad of Ned. Um, People have gotten tired of this because it's kind of my signature poem, but it's about bullying. Long ago, and oh so far away in the deep throes of the South, lived a man named Ned, a gentle soul born with a deformity of the mouth. Through the years, it's been said that his mama sheltered him from harm. He grew up caring for the land and animals on an old country farm. Then the time came for him to go off to school, an atmosphere of unrest. His mama packed his lunch, walked him to the bus, and whispered, "Mama loves you best." The children teased and taunted him. They were mean and downright cruel. He was bullied all day, but nothing was done. The school had no set rules. After school, he walked home alone, tears streaming down his face. When he finally got home, Mama wiped away his tears, greeting him with a warm embrace. She said, "Son, I declare I taught you better. I told you you're covered with armor. You're protected in blood. You're a child of God. You're not merely the son of a farmer." The next day, he went to school. He stood up taller, a confident smile on his face. He went to the front of the class and approached the chalkboard. In the writings, he began to erase. With the chalk, he wrote, "God is love. I am love. And my love I extend to you." Tears rushed down the teacher's face, falling down the cheeks of students, too. From that day forward, no one bullied the sweet young and disfigured Ned. Lived a life full of love and always remembered what his mother had said. So that's that. Do one more on Angel Wings, if I can remember how it starts. When my life on this earth is over, when my last breath is done, I will fly away on angel wings, my sights set on the rising sun. Over the ocean I will soar, passing the eagle along the way. I will feel no more pain and sorrow on this, the first of my eternal days. High above the vastest ocean, beyond the deepest blue sea, light and free spirited my soul, elated at last, reveling in ecstasy. No more tears shall I then shed, no more sad rivers will I cry. If a drop does befall my face, a tear of happiness will leave my eye. Remember me as one who is loved to the deepest core of my heart, an everlasting memory retained, the moment we last did depart. This life was but a short journey. Sometimes lonely I did roam, but now that I have my angel wings, I'm flying off to home. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Annette Tarpley, for your beautiful presentations. Though you are very busy today, but you have entered into the studio on the way. That has to prove that you are born for the poetry. You are really a poet soul. Thank you very much. Our best regards and love for you, for you are. Thank you, Annette Tarpley, for joining. Now I am going to second part and again invited to our honorable poet, Mr. Sai Prakash. Now I am inviting poet Sai Prakash to present his second poem today. Thank you. Please unmute your mic, unmute your phone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Toufiq, once again. It's been a long time that I have met my Passion of Poetry founder, Annette, live. Thank you for making this possible. The poem that I'm going to recite now is, in fact, an ode that I wrote on my mother. The title of the poem is Let Me Sing a Lullaby. The title of the poem is Let Me Sing a Lullaby. I grew up listening to your lullaby, not one but many. You taught me the intricacies of life and joy. A verse of caution laced with honey. A verse of caution laced with honey. holding my hand at times, leaving too. A verse of caution laced with honey, holding my hand, at times leaving too, only to walk with my toddler steps to reach your warm embrace. I imitated your sounds of the wild and words. I imitated your sounds of the wild and words I am today framing some more. I am I imitated your sounds of the wild and words I am today framing some more. You taught me the difference between good, God, and evil. You taught me the difference between good, God, and evil. You introduced me our relatives. You introduced me our relatives. I call them father, brother, and sister. You showed me the moon and stars. You made me aware of sun, light, and shadows. You are my beacon of light. You are my beacon of light. For all the toil you made, let me sing to you a lullaby. For all the toil you made, let me sing to you a lullaby, though not as sweet as in your voice. Though not as sweet as in your voice, let me make an attempt. Let me make an attempt. Hope you will rejoice. Yes, you are my alma mater, almanac, and almighty. Yes, you are my alma mater, almanac, and almighty. With each of my verse, I offer a lotus flower at your majestic feet. Yes, you are my alma mater, almanac, and almighty. With each of my verse, I offer a lotus feet at your majestic feet. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is my
Thank,
poem.
thank you very much, poet Mr. Sai Prakash, for your beautiful second poem. Now I am inviting again from United States of America, Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt. Now I am inviting poetess Leanne Hunt to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Say this poem back to me, please, Katie, after Kim Dane. My daughter slips off selves like clothes. My daughter, whom I love deeply and misunderstand vastly. I trip over the discarded piles when I enter her room or a conversation. My daughter, who unravels her former selves and even her memory of them. I keep a whole photo album of her missing on my phone. Who am I to bring up the past? Her rescuing insects and earthworms, collecting heart-shaped rocks, to tell her who she has been as she weaves her own becoming. Katie, what use am I when I'm so often wrong? For someone sunk in sadness to offer you guidance for happiness. If I could lift you from the undercurrents pulling you under, I would save us both. I would live just to see you take my outstretched hand, as my mother did my own. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, poetess Leanne Hunt. Such a beautiful poem you have to read. Now again I am going to Mexico to invite poetess Beatriz Saavedra. Now I am inviting poetess Beatriz Saavedra to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to read a very short poem. So I'm going to read first in Spanish and then in English. Palabra inerte. Afuera está la espera interminable, la indiferencia y el polvo. El instante de haber muerto, la música delgada y la calle endurecida. Apenas mueve el horizonte esta oscuridad para volver al relámpago mudo de la angustia donde habitamos. Enemiga de la luz y del sonido, aprisiono tu mensaje en mi garganta. In English. Lifeless world. Outside is the endless waiting, the indifference and dust, the instant of having died, the fine music and the harness street. The darkness barely moves, this darkness to return to lightning, silenced by the angst where we live, enemy of the light and of the sun, I imprison your message in my throat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Saavedra, for your beautiful poem. Luzmila, Bermúdez, can you hear me?
Hola, al fin me pude conectar.
Thank you very much. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos from Colombia. Now I am introducing one of the important poetess who is from Colombia. She is a poetess Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos. She is a empirical and self-taught woman. She has published her literary work in different genres. The verse of Valentino music were always accompanying her, as were seeing her worshipper and minstrel proving to be dreamy, happy, empowered woman, and from her empiricism, the verse of her soul began to sprout. Her literary career began to emerge thanks to social network more than 15 years ago, which were a platform to publicize her poetic work. She has been participated in different literary events and poetry contests where her work has received praise and recognitions, and she has demonstrated through her poem her critics' free spirit and commitment to her values. Her first book has been published in 2022. Title of the book Poetry Planter. She has been participated in Waf's anthology The Women of the Caribbean Naran Their Territory. It was sponsored by the Colombian Ministry of Culture and Corpo Curalo. Now I am inviting poetess Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos to present her poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, my friends. Bueno, yo solamente hablo en español, así que desde mi hermosa tierra, desde Colombia, les envío todo mi cariño, todo el amor de Colombia, con sus flores, con su paraíso, con su café, con sus mares, con sus culturas, hasta Bangladesh. Les voy a leer un poema titulado Para hacer conciencia al cómo estamos manejando este mundo. Dice así, de mi libro poético, Sembradora de Poesía. Dice así, venid mundo, para que el cielo no se siga nublando, el rocío no se detenga, las calles no se sigan contaminando, que no corra la sangre y no matemos a nuestros hermanos, escuchemos el canto de los pájaros, el sonido del campo, el silbido del viento y el bramido del mar. Que la tierra no cese por tanta maldad. Venid mundo, sequemos las lágrimas de los que vienen y van, de los que corren por el mundo por la injusticia social, que hoy no tienen techo, no tienen pan. Se los tragó la tierra abismal, la guerra abismal. Dejemos que corran por los ríos las aguas cristalinas, beban las ovejas con el cordel, sin el cordel en el cuello. Venid mundo, cantemos un nuevo canto con miles de guitarras sin espadas en la mano y el corazón blando, una y otra vez hasta que nos hayamos curados. Muchas gracias. Ahora les voy a leer el siguiente poema titulado.
Thank you very much, Poetess Luzmila Bermúdez, for your beautiful starting. Again, I am going to Tunisia to invite poet Mr. Abdel Fattah Al-Arabi to present his second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. El siguiente poema se llama Soy colombiana.
You just wait, Luzmila. I will invite you later. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdel Fattah Al-Arabi.
Okay, thank you.
Second poem. إكسير الحياة. دع الحياة تمضي فأنا ماض إلى إكسير الخلد. عاشق التوهان بينما قبل أن أكون بينما أكون بينما سأكون أعشق التوهان دون مكان في ذلك الزمان عشت بين أحضان وأحضان ليس سوى بريق النور يمضي يسري لا جسد هناك أصول وأجول في ذلك العالم الغريب لا حسيب ولا رقيب ما قبل الحياة ليس هنالك ممات توهان إكسير الخلد أيها التيه الذي ناداني فلبيت النداء روحي تسبح في ذاك الفراغ لا يوجد شيء سوى نور يشعشع يناديك بدون صوت لا تسمع لا ترى لا تتكلم هل فهمت شيئا لا حتى أنا Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Abdel Fattah Al Arabi, for your beautiful second poem. Again, from Tunisia, I am going to United States of America to invite our Honorable Poetess Annette Tarpley to present her third poem today. Thank you.
I did three all in one time, so because I won't be able to stay here very long. So um I don't know that you want me to do another one, a fourth one. Mine would be a fourth because I'll have to go very shortly. So what would you like me to do, dear sir? Toufiq?
Yes.
I only have about one more that I know by heart. So I don't know what you want me to do.
You read your poem.
Okay. Give me just a second, um, because I need to look up something real quick. And I know I have a camera, but I will be. I only know one more by heart. All right. Um. Okay. So this is called "Will You Remember Me?" Once I was vibrant and full of life. A bold and strong woman was I. Youth and energy enveloped my spirit, invincible and spry. No constraints to what I could do, only limited by my mind. Of a tough stock, I was made, yet I was gentle and I was kind. Will you remember me when I'm gone? Will you remember my smile? Will you remember the dance of my eyes, knowing me was worthwhile? I'm older now. My hair is gray and it's lost its luster and sheen. I'm still young at heart. I'm really not as old as I seem. My mind is clear as I think what impact I have made. Wrong choices I once chose. Tears lined the path I paved. Will you remember me when I'm gone? Will you remember my smile? Will you remember the dance of my eyes, knowing me was worthwhile? I miss you, my friend. Now you are gone. Your spirit is at rest. I miss your laugh. I miss your voice. Your smile was always best. An impression you made within my heart, kindred spirits from the start. I felt your angelic spirit ascend when from this earth you did depart. I will remember you, my friend. Dazzle the stars with your smile. Glow of the moon dances in your eyes. Knowing you was worthwhile. Thank you so much. And I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone. I need to go back and take care of my patients, but thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm so sorry that I have to come and go, but love and blessings to you all, and much respect and love to you all. Take
Thank
care.
you very much. Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you for your joining. Thank you again.
Bye.
Now I am inviting again Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos from Colombia to present her second poem today.
Oh poeta, oh poeta, ¿cuál es tu tierra? ¿Cuál es tu bandera? ¿Cuál es tu patria? ¿En qué pechos ajenas? ¿En qué racimos jugosos te condenas? ¿En qué jardín umbroso descansan tus penas? Oh poeta de alma buena, tus ojos se regocijen en las dádivas buenas, en las flores silvestres, en el camino más profundo de los pájaros, en el cielo azul que se desborda de esferas, en la raíz escondida donde afloran tus ríos. Oh poeta de alma buena, siembra tu luz mientras esperas que llegue a tu vida el cristal que más anhelas, la espada que no te condena, la brisa que no te desnuda, el ojo lacrimal que no apesta, la nieve que no te congela, hasta que la tierra no te corte las venas. Oh dulce poeta, amado mío, no te duermas y esperas mientras mi alma sueña. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Luzmila, Bermúdez, Ramos, for your beautiful presentations. Again, I am coming back to India to invite Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash. Now I am inviting Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash to present his third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toufiq. Thank you once again. This is, in fact, this poem was written just now before our live telecast. Uh, the title of the poem is, in fact, Public Reception. Public Reception. He invited his friends and colleagues, held a town hall meeting. The purpose of this particular poem is the heartfelt feeling of a ailing mother and father who's been left back in his nation by the opportunistic son who settles himself as an expatriate in some other nation. The title of the poem is Public Reception. He invited his friends and colleagues, held a town hall meeting, a grand luncheon to Heathrow. He spoke first about the beauty of this foreign nation. Now he got assimilated in this culture for over 3 decades. He boasted too that he never forgot his roots of the East. Born in middle-class family, his hardships and rise. His present status from utter penury, audience clapped. A few wiped their tears too. Many speakers praised him as a perfect fusion of East and West. He again took the mic and announced he is going on a short trip to pay a visit to his parents in old age, still living in a shanty suburbs. Popped champagne, filled glasses, a ballet ensued, wishing his voyage all the best. Popped champagne, filled glasses, a ballet ensued, wishing him voyage all the best. He landed on his soil of birth. He landed on his soil of birth, kissed the tarmac in public glare. He landed on his soil of birth, kissed the tarmac in public glare. Photo clicks, paparazzi pursuits. Photo clicks, paparazzi pursuits, waving his hands, throwing kisses into midair. Waving his hands, throwing kisses into midair, reaching his dilapidated house. Reaching his dilapidated house, he shed a tears, few in public view. Reaching his dilapidated house, he shed a few tears in public view, hugging his parents. Hugging his parents, he posed to videos. Hugging his parents, he posed to videos. His study table, old cricket bat, the grass mat he slept on, his medals and other memorabilia. His medals and other memorabilia, he posed again and again. He posed again and again. Her mother carried away. Her mother, carried away into her dreams, brought him glass of water in his favorite copper glass. Her mother, carried away into her dreams, brought him a glass of water in his favorite copper glass. He posed again, but not drinking an ounce. He posed again, but not drinking an ounce. As soon as the media left, as soon as the media left, he untied his tie, held a silver bottle to his lips, and quenched his thirst. Bidding goodbye, as soon as the media left, he untied his tie, held a silver bottle to his lips, and quenched his thirst. Bidding goodbye for the night, he rode a Mercedes. He rode a Mercedes to a five-star hotel 101 kilometers away. Bidding goodbye for the night, he rode a Mercedes to a five-star hotel 101 kilometers away with a promise to return the next day. With a promise to return the next day, he never returned. With a promise to return the next day, he never returned, just like his assurances for over 3 decades. The bread and butter, a few sweets waiting for him, the bread and butter, a few sweets waiting for him at his mother's place endlessly. A huge public reception, again his achievements well recited, his love for mother and motherland well highlighted. Again, a huge public reception, his achievements well recited, his love for mother and motherland well highlighted. He left to his land of opportunity. He left to his land of opportunity, carrying with him loads of paper cuttings. He left to his land of opportunity, carrying with him loads of paper cuttings, another public reception, one more town hall meeting, display of paper cuttings. Another public reception, one more town hall meeting, display of paper cuttings. Waves and rounds of applause, waves and rounds of applause. He bending his head like a knight, he bending his head like a knight on his knighthood. Mission accomplished. Waves and rounds of applause. He bending his head like a knight on his knighthood. Mission accomplished. Thank you very much, Toufiq. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash, for your beautiful presentation once again. Now, from India, I am going to United States of America to invite our friend and Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt to present her third poem today. Thank you.
And yes, this is pretty dark. Someday I'll write something more positive. Girl as woman as death omen. Afraid of God and silence, the girl filled herself with superstitions. She stepped over sidewalk cracks. She later had bees hived in her own spine that replaced the pillar of salt she'd earned for looking back at the burning city of a marriage. The white dress, a lie that foreshadowed a white box of infant ashes. The girl, now woman, takes selfies of her shadow, becomes a shadow always, with her back against a wall or body on the ground. She lives bad omens, a blizzard on her wedding day, broken clock on her bedside table, blackbirds over her fields. She crosses her fingers and tees, dots her eyes to be good or good enough, but never is. Her family tree, a hemlock, her horoscope, an obituary. Her aging hand is full of aces and eights, snake eyes falling from a cup. But eyes have followed her everywhere she looks. Faces in knotted pine walls and in crowds, the sun unblinking above. A vengeful God judging as she tries not to touch herself, touch anyone, feel anything at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt. Once again, you have to read a beautiful poem. Thank you very much. Now, from United States of America, I am going to Mexico to invite Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra to present her third poem today. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra to present her third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to read again in Spanish and then in English. Naufragio. Todo el que muere tiene la razón. Asalta el hierro, las dimensiones posibles. Tregua angustiosa en el rincón de la memoria. La realidad se atasca. Habita cosas cotidianas gastadas. El temor de las noches era cierto, un rumor, piedad terrible, espacio que me niega. Yo hubiera pensado en mi cuerpo cubierto por cristales, ahora en la ventana un olor a bestia húmeda, a punto de morir, devora el cielo con su cráneo, como si conociera el fondo de la intemperie su tristeza. Shipwreck. All who die are right. Sighs the iron, the possible dimension, agonized break in the corner of the memory. Reality holds itself, inhabits, watched out, everyday thing. The fear of the night was certain, a rumor, terrible, beetle, space of refused me. I would have thought in my body covered in crystals. Now in the window I smell of best damp. At the point of death, divorce the ski with the school, like it knew the watchterland of the outdoors of its sadness. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra, for your beautiful poem. Now I am inviting Mr. Dr. Abdul Fattah Al Arabi to present his third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Poem in Arabic. نور الظلام. نظرت إليك طويلا، ملامحك، وجهك الصبوح، عيناك تموج بنور كمصابيح النجوم، تلألئ لا تجعل الغسق ينبلج بوحي سرك للظلام، لا تجعل الغسق ينبلج بوحي سرك للظلام حتى لا يطلع الفجر العميق. دع الليل ينطوي يلف حوله الشفق، فرحيل الظلام يعري جسدك، سر الوجود على وجهك الدائري، حول ثغرك المبتسم للأمل، لجرح لم ين تنطفئ وينبلج الصباح. احترق النور كما احترقت فراشة تحلق فوق الأمل. دع الجرح يندمل، عيناك غسقت تحترق. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Mr. Dr. Abdul Fattah Al Arabi. 155 number episode is going on, and around the country 42 countries from 42 countries 123 group are sharing this show now. Thank you everyone who are watching around the world. And we have to reach in the final stage. I mean, the last one, the honorable poetess are come and they will read their final poem. First of all, again, I am inviting Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash to present his last poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is uh, a love poem. In fact, across the oceans, because love and peace are now a universal requirement now. This is a love poem. The title of the poem is How Can I? How can I? How can I assure you that I am in love with you? Oceans apart, I am in search of a voyage to reach you. How can I assure you that I am in love with you? Oceans apart, I am in search of a voyage to reach you. I stand on the shores of the ship to arrive, carrying with me my lost heart, which I have already sent to you. I stand on the shores for the ship to arrive, carrying with me my lost heart, which I have already sent to you. I am aware you too are waiting on the distant shores as you have exchanged your heart too. Our meeting is destined for one day for sure, maybe today, tomorrow, or the day after, where we sit in solace, singing the tunes of love songs in unison, looking into each other's eyes. The long wait culminates in each other's arms. Those hugs and warm embrace we exchanged in our dreams, I bring to you with love and care the pink hibiscus you loved most. The finest of silks that I gathered for you over the years, those verses I recited to you, I bring to you in print. These and many more things I want to share with you. These and many more things I want to share with you on my arrival. I know you too have a collection of my loved things. My dear, let's exchange those tokens of love, though we have already exchanged our hearts. My dear, let's exchange those tokens of love, though we have already exchanged our hearts. These are mere rituals. These are mere rituals we wish to complete. It seems to me an eternal wait. It seems to me an eternal wait, though I see the vessel arriving to carry me and my dreams to you. It seems to me an eternal wait, though I see the vessel arriving to carry me and my dreams to you. Thank you very much, Tawfiq. This is my last poem. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash. Before I go to Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt, I am reading some viewers' comments. Mr. Badal Ahmed Badsha has to written best wishes to all of honorable person, love and respect everyone. Badal Hossein Badsha also written enjoy this program. Jackie Chi from Turkey, he has written Tebikrer Turkania Salam Sais. Thank you very much for your opinion. From Bangladesh, our 90s of important poet Mr. Kobir Hossein is watching this show. He has written impressive session, enjoying. Poetess Kabbo Costa also watching this show. She has written welcome and best wishes to all of you. Thank you, Poetess Kabbo Costa, for watching this show. Now again, I am going to United States of America to invite our honorable poetess Leanne Hunt to read her final poem today. Thank you. Now I am inviting honorable poetess Leanne Hunt.
Thank you so much. Language is a shovel. An acrostic of the Simpsons meme. No, no, dig up, stupid. I don't know anything, anywhere to stand on issues, not graves. Where I belong, in which world, what's next. Where to search for truths lying below the surface. I write myself a new past in each poem. A worse one, my daughter says, for the drama, for the likes in the poetry world, which means nothing where I'm from. The Bible there is God's word, each one truth, literal. Modern complexity is in the syntax, how to arrange a life that doesn't fit on a blank slate. I left for metaphor and story, where down is up and pens are swords, where we can fall upon for applause, where we feed a horse called trauma to ride across a page rather than bury it below. I was taught to keep my ankles crossed, my eyes closed, my hands empty of tools until I knew a way to dig up. Thank you so much for including me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt. Really, your all the poem when we heard that is the very much lyrical and always touches our heart. Thank you very much for joining this show. And finally, I am going to Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra from Mexico. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra Gastelum to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to read desfase. Recojo a tientas la noche que entra adelantada. Mi cuerpo, exhalación apenas. Estoy muerta. Esta noche no hay un sitio. La luna arriba, sola. Entre las rendijas el enorme silencio es relámpago que arde. Hablan mis sueños de mareas negras, redención de tiempo aniquilado. Pensamiento recién nacido que arrastra su corriente. Señales ambidiestras desploman sus ojos desplegados, son vestigios de muros indecisos, memoria que el espejo desdibuja. Mi propio delirio se levanta, me acaricia, me ataca. Gap. I gather blind the night that enter early, my body barely breathing. Am I there? Tonight there is not a place. The moon above, alone, between the crack, the vast silence is lightning that burns. My dreams of black waves talk, redemption and annihilated time. Recently born throat, the carries it current, ambiguous gustures collapse their open eyes. I remind of the decisive walls, memory that the mirror blurs, my own delirious recess, caresses me, attack me. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's going to be a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra Gastelum, for your beautiful presentations. Really, we are very much happy that you have to join finally. You were so busy, and your poem has given us some message. Really, we enjoy your poem. Thank you very much. And now I am going to Honorable Poet Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi to present his last poem today. Thank you.
Poem. ابدأ فأنت البداية، بفوهة بارود تنهي النهاية. ابدأ بكتابة حرف، فحرفك قوس ورماية. ابدأ فكل البدايات بداية، تدور حولك دائرة دون أن تعرف ودون دراية. فأنت البداية، انتهى دور الممثل، أصبحت الدنيا مسرح وهواية. فيها المغفل انتهى من حيث جاء الغراب، دفن أخاه ليفهم قابيل الحكاية. فالحياة فصل والموت نهاية. ابدأ فمولودك نور، موتك يلغي ميلادك. هذه كل الحكاية. خراب. إن أعطيتك ما تستحقين، لن تكوني عمياء تنظرين من تحت النظارة السوداء، تتلمسين بعصاك البيضاء، تتحسسين بأصوات هدير الماء من الينابيع التي تخرخر من ماء الموت. لا تكونين خرساء قد قطع لسانك من لحس أحذية السلاطين. أعطيتك ما تستحقين من ذهب وفضة وكلام معسول في الحب والهوى، في كل الدروب دون كلل. أعطيتك أكثر ما تستحقين، لكنك قطعت جذع الشجرة من عروقها وتركت حفرة غارقة في جسد عاري، عروقه مبعثرة ودماؤه تسيل. لا تتركي إلا فأسا وعويل وندب في أجساد نهش لحمها وقلعت العيون وكل شيء نابت في تلك الأرض الكاحلة، في تلك الأرض القاحلة. ما تركت شيئا إلا ونزعت إلا الخراب والليل الطويل ونجمة في أقصى السماء للحائرين دليل. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi, for your beautiful poem once again. Thank you again. And finally, I am going to Colombia to invite Honorable Poetess Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos to present her last poem today. Thank you very much.
Celos en el sendero del dolor, donde no existe la razón ni la convicción. Celuz en las fuentes secas estancadas por la aridez, en las aguas agitadas por los peces anjovas, en el camino de las serpientes venenosas y tortuosas, en las impetuosas aguas de los mares clandestinos, en el mar de leva. Celuz en el frío que congela a los ángeles, en la pestilencia que abordan a las aves, en las rocas asesinas imparables, en las sombras tenebrosas de los cobardes. Celuz cuando las aves vuelen hacia su infinito nido sin fin, hasta que la tierra te llame. Thank you very much, my friends.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos, for your beautiful finishing. As our tradition of this show, finally we are asked some question to our honorable guest. And first of all, I am again going to Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash to say something about poetry, about this program, about your feelings. Only 1 minute. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tafik. It's been a wonderful experience listening to various poets all across the world. It's been a wonderful experience whenever I am with you on Uddan TV, and you are a perfect host. And it's everywhere, wherever we go, we can carry the memories of your program. In fact, I'm very proud to be a part of this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much. Greetings from India. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Mr. Sai Prakash. Now I am going to our friend and Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt to ask you same question. So say something about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings. 1 minute only. Leanne Hunt.
Thank you so much for including me with such accomplished scholars and artists. I hope to write more positive poems, more cheerful ones for the next episode. And I am grateful that everyone can come together and share a love of words, a love of beauty, and to want to share that. It's a wonderful program that you've created, and I wish you all joy and peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your beautiful, important speech, Honorable Poetess Leanne Hunt. Now I am going to Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra from Mexico to ask you same question. What is your feelings about poetry, about today's program? Please say only 1 minute. Beatriz Saavedra, thank you very much.
Just say thanks for thank you very much for this invitation to share and be able to listen to your poems. It's an excellent program, and well, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Beatriz Saavedra, for your beautiful comments. Now I am asking Honorable Poet Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi to say something about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings. Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi.
In French, je remercie tout le monde ainsi que M. Toufiq Zohur et tous les poètes qui sont assistés à cette manifestation poétique. Je remercie tout le monde. Je vous remercie, Monsieur Docteur Zohur, Toufiq. Je remercie tout le monde, tous les poètes du monde. Merci. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Dr. Abdel Fattah Al Arabi, for your beautiful speech. And finally, I'm going to Colombia to ask Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos to say something about today's program, about your feelings about poetry. Please, 1 minute.
Muchas gracias, Toufiq Zohur, por esta hermosa invitación y a cada uno de los poetas. De pronto por el idioma es un poco difícil para los que no sabemos el inglés, pero es un placer. Muchas gracias por haber compartido con ustedes desde el otro lado del mundo, donde cada uno se encuentra. Muchas gracias. Muy precioso, muy preciado su trabajo, el talento de cada uno y este hermoso programa que tienes. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Luzmila Bermúdez Ramos, for your beautiful speech. Once again, thanks. From 3 years before, when we started this program in the period of COVID, we never thought that we will go how many years. But now we have to understand that around the globe, from 57 countries of the globe, 517 poet and poetess were participated in this show. This is very much we feel enjoy and we are very much proud that around the globe 517 poet and poetess were joined this show, and so it's the platform of poetry, and we have only one slogan: the sky of poetry is one, and the poetry has no boundaries. So the honorable poet and poetess today who are joined, and many thanks, best regards and love for you forever. And we will again and again more times to invite you another show. Thank you. Stay safe, be careful, because the world is not free from COVID yet now. So when you go out, please use mask and sometime you sanitize your hand. Thank you very much. See you another times, another show. God bless you. Bye bye. See you.
Bye bye.